We are 1 month into the release cycle of College Football 25, and there's a lot of good, but there's also a lot of bad that has come along with the game. Without a doubt, this is one of the most anticipated video games of the year. I mean, the last time we had an NCAA game was all the way back in 2013. So I know somebody like myself who played from 2006 all the way up to 2014. This has been a long time coming. So I want to focus on the positives of this video before we get into the nitty-gritty of this video. By the way, the footage you're watching is me playing one of my co-workers. It's awesome to see Kennesaw State in the game. That's my alma mater. I know that's a very popular choice because they're one of the lowest rated teams. But yeah, it's great to finally see the Owls in a video game. So let's get on with some of the positives. For one, how about the fact that we actually have the video game? In my opinion, having a video game that's not perfect is better than not having it at all when you've been waiting 11 years for the next release. And the game does a lot right. For one, the graphics, they look absolutely beautiful. All the helmets, all the uniforms, I mean, the football in the actual game looks great. The stadiums look insane. It's funny looking at the Kennesaw State Stadium because I can look and be like, oh my God, my friends lived here and here. Like, you can see the apartment buildings that are right outside of Fifth Third Bank Stadium. So, I mean, attention to detail, without a doubt, has been knocked out of the park. Another positive is the gameplay. The game rocks. There's no other way to say it. The quarterback mechanics are great. The juke moves are great. The spin moves are great. It's just a lot of fun. It's not a Madden reskin, which is what everybody thought this game was going to be. It's absolutely not that at all. It is its own entity, and it's a lot of fun to actually sit down and play, whether you're playing the computer, whether you're playing couch co-op, or if you're playing an online dynasty. We're only 2 minutes and 13 seconds into this video, and I don't want to be labeled as a hater, but I feel as if that's all the positives that I have for College Football 25. So I guess it's time to get into some of the negatives. The first one that comes to mind is the insane amount of roughing the kickers that you get. I totally understand getting a roughing the kicker a few times a season. I'm sure it happens even to the terrible schools and even to the best of schools. You're going to get a roughing the kicker. That's fine. But when you have 3 or 4 in one game, it's so aggravating. I don't even know how to put it into words. I mean, it's not even my character that I'm controlling doing it. It's a computer character, and all they do is just run into the kicker. There's no attempt to even dodge the kicker a lot of the times. In my online dynasty, I lost to Sam Houston by 1 point because it was 4th and 14, and I ran into the kicker and set him up for the game-winning field goal. So it's things like that really do have an outcome on your games. Another negative that I wanted to touch on is the Dynasty Sim. I know EA just released a patch not too long ago that was supposed to fix it. I haven't had too many issues with Dynasty Sim, but I have seen like a 4-3 Michigan team be ranked in the top 10, and there's just no way. Even if your losses were to teams like Clemson, UGA, or Ohio State, you're not going to be ranked number 8 with a 4-3 record. That's just not happening. One of my biggest complaints that I have is when you are on defense and the opposing quarterback throws towards a certain direction. When you hit B or circle to change your character, you would assume that that's going to change your character to somebody in that general area. But no. For College Football 25, I would say 80% of the time, it will put me onto some random person in the backfield that is not even near the ball. And I get it. Sometimes you want to play a little downfield. I understand that. But if they're running right up the gut, I want to switch to the lineman that's right next to the ball carrier. That has got to be one of my biggest complaints, is I have lost first down after first down and touchdown after touchdown because when I hit circle or B to change my character, it never goes to the one that I'm actually trying to get it to go to. Now, I know I went on a bit of a rant with a couple dislikes, and I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I wanted to do the dislikes first and then the positives, but as I'm sitting here recording this video, I've thought of more positives that, I don't think it's fair to just categorize this game as bad, because it's not. It is a good game, but EA does what EA does and takes a good thing and makes it not so good. But let's talk about a couple more of the positives. I figured that'd be a fun way to end this video. For one, Dynasty is great. I touched on that a little bit at the beginning of the video, but recruiting especially is great. I actually like the way that the recruiting is done. It's hard, but there are ways to make it easier. When you build your coach, you have an archetype that you can pick. I think that's really cool. I like that you can upgrade your skills and make your coach more valuable to other teams around the league if that's something that you're trying to do. The coaching carousel is another thing. I will be honest, I haven't tried the coaching carousel too much. With the footage that you're watching right now, this is our online dynasty with a bunch of my friends, and we're kind of just picking one team, and at least for me, I'm going to rough it out with Kennesaw. But in my offline dynasty, I have switched from team to team, and the coaching carousel seems fine. I mean, you get a few offers a week, and I assume that's how it would actually be in real life. At the end of the day, we are only about 1 month into the life cycle of College Football 25, so even though it's bad now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be bad later. I think as fans of college football and fans of the video game in general, we should all be rooting for EA to make the game as best as it can be. This is very clearly a skeleton to what could be a very awesome, fleshed out game in 26, 7, and 8 if they continue with this IP, which I assume they will. So yeah, there's definitely some annoyances, but even after a long day of work, it's still fun to just come home, sit down, unwind, play a couple games with your friends, and that's exactly what I've been doing lately. So what I plan to do is make a recap video for our dynasty. I don't have the time to sit down and record every game and go through every bowl game and all that. I just unfortunately do not have the time, as much as I would love to create a universe, so to speak, on this channel. What I am going to do is release another video, most likely next week, and it's going to go over how we set up our dynasty and what happened essentially in Season 1. After that video, there will be a prep for Season 2 video where you get introduced to the new coaches that have joined for Season 2, as well as go over some of the conference changes and stuff like that. And then after that video, we're going to go back to our normal schedule that we've been doing, reviewing games. If you've made it to this point in the video, thank you. The next game is going to be Gears of War Judgment. I'm almost done with that. I've had a lot of requests to play and review that, so that's what I'm doing currently right now. After that, it's going to be Halo, and then Mafia is being added to Game Pass, so we will be doing that as well. But yeah, through all the rambling, basically we're going to be doing some game diaries, I guess, of our dynasty and the history of the dynasty that we have. Coaches leaving, coaches joining, teams, winning national championships, bowl games, conference titles. It's really just a personal project for me, so I hope you guys follow along, and hopefully you'll enjoy some of the characters that I get to play with on a daily basis. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for your love and support on the videos and on the channel. We are inching our way towards 400 subscribers. If you want to watch the entire video of myself and Drew playing this game that you've been watching, this VOD will be uploaded to the second channel, which I'll throw in the description. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate all the feedback. You guys make it a lot of fun to make this my hobby. So thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.